Have you looked at the last few years and realized you're not the same person anymore? Maybe life put you to challenge. You had some transitions. Life stretched you, pulled you, pushed you, and you haven't had the moment to ask, what has life been shaping me into? That's what we're doing today. Welcome back to Fluent in Life. I'm Elena here, and today we're going to continue with the theme of reviewing your year, and today I'll be talking to you about the idea of seasons. So you can make sense of an entire chapter of your life, because sometimes, and actually most of the time, you don't need to review only 1 year, but often 2, 3, or more. So our lives don't unfold in perfect calendar blocks from January to December. This is a human invention, and Jim Rohn described life as a sequence of seasons. And I love this metaphor so much, and the first time I heard about it, it just made so much sense. So let's go. And as I present one of these, start thinking where you think you are right now. So let's start with spring. Spring is about new beginnings, new ideas, a fresh start, pursuing a new hobby, pursuing an idea that will lead you to another job in another direction of your life. Again, whether it's a hobby, professional, etc. Here, new opportunities start to show up. You meet new people, you have energy, you're excited, you have the motivation, and you just want to do things. This season is hopeful, but also very fragile at this stage. See it as a little seedling coming out of the soil, something that you planted, right? And when it comes out, it's very fragile, right? So you need to protect it from too much sun, from too much rain, from too much wind. So it becomes stronger until a moment where nothing breaks it. Same idea here. Next season is the summer, season of growth. So speaking of that little seedling again, now it grows larger and bigger, and it starts to become more resilient, right? And it's not as afraid of the wind, the sun, the rain. In the summer, your seedling keeps growing. And here is where you need to continue with effort, persistence, and consistency to keep this project growing. So you're committed to it, your sleeves are rolled up, and you're deep into this work. Relationships deepen, skills mature. This is a very productive period of your life. And it's also where challenges appear to test your commitment. Next season is autumn, a season of clarity and results. This is where you get your harvest from what you planted, from what you grew in previous seasons. Sometimes it's not as you wished for, as you hoped for, but it's all data. Remember in the first video, it's all data and feedback. In the autumn season, you see which choices helped you achieve what you wanted and which didn't. You experience consequences, good, bad, it's data. This is where you analyze, gather information, see what happened, what worked well, what didn't. And this also helps you create a plan for the next season, right? For the next spring or summer. Next season is winter, a season to stop, to rest, to reflect, and get ready to rebuild. Winter is where everything slows down. Sometimes it shows up as lack of energy, lack of motivation. You don't feel like doing anything. Maybe you just feel like just crawling into bed and not leaving your house. You may feel lost, tired, or unsure. You don't know how to get out of this. But the thing is, winter is not a failure. It's a time of transition. It's the time for healing and recovery. The best thing you can do here is to rest and process. And the worst thing you can do here is to force yourself to do something, like if you were in spring or summer. Winter is to rest and recover. Just embrace it, accept it, and have faith it's not forever. I know it sucks, It's not forever. One thing I learned is that what you resist persists, and the only way out is through. You hear this about emotions as well, right? Don't suppress your emotions, leave them, feel them. Same here, right? If you feel like you don't have energy, you don't have direction, you're lost, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to get out of it, embrace it, live it, absorb it, accept it, and clarity will come. I guarantee you, I've been through a few winters of my life, and I guarantee you they're not forever. Winter is a preparation where the next spring is born. One thing to keep in mind is that these seasons don't follow a calendar, our calendar. This means that sometimes a winter can last 2 years, a spring can last 10, an autumn can last 3 months, and so on. When you look back your last few years through the lens of seasons, you actually see where you were at. So hopefully you stop judging yourself and you start to understand yourself better. So maybe you were not unmotivated, maybe you were just in the winter season. Maybe you were not scattered all over the place, but you were in spring exploring ideas. And maybe you were not failing, but you were in your autumn seasons drawing conclusions and analyzing what was happening. Understanding your season gives you life context, and life context gives you clarity. So when you zoom out and look at your life from this perspective, is there a story that you have been living through this period of time? Was it a chapter of survival? Was it reinvention? Was it healing, discovery, burnout, transition, letting go, becoming someone new? When you name the chapter, it suddenly makes sense because you stop blaming yourself for not thriving during a season where the only goal was survival. After that, were there any emotional themes that kept coming up? Maybe you were trying to find your joy, or you were looking for belonging, or you were trying to find your identity again. Maybe you were starting over, or you were trying to learn how to trust again. What is it? When you answer these questions, you can look at your last few years and see, are there any repeating patterns? Is there a lesson that keeps coming up that life would like to teach you? Or is there anything that keeps calling you? Is there anything that keeps draining you? Is there anything that keeps lighting you up? If you keep burning out, life is telling you something. If you keep craving for change, that is something as well. If you keep feeling pulled toward a dream, that gives you a message as well. So after all this, who are you becoming? Are you becoming more self-aware, more courageous, more honest, more grounded, more expressive? You are not supposed to be the same person you were 3 years ago, because our personalities are dynamic. They're not static. We keep changing because life experience shapes us. And it's normal not to be the same person you were 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago. So when you analyze all this, is there anything that you want more of or less of in your next year or two? I really invite you to get a piece of paper and have 2 columns and write down, I want more of and I want less of. This will be your compass. And you will also see why you need to do this exercise, because in the next video, we take all these patterns, insights, and turn this into a real, grounded plan for next year or 2 years that is aligned with you and makes sense for you depending on where you're at in life. I will be specifically talking about a really powerful NLP technique. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I will tell you a little bit more about it in the next video, but I am certified practitioner and master of NLP, and I love NLP because it improved my life so much. Personal life, professional life. etc. So, NLP technique that will give us direction and that will feel right in your mind and your body. So, if you're ready for a completely new approach when you start planning your life, see you in the next video.